Yeah, I mean, I've been called dumb once or twice in my life. Give that Ric Flair, baby. Scoot in here. Get in here. There you go. There you go. Nuzzle in here, baby. Let's go.
Get it. Let's get it going in here.
We're lucky that there's not a construction crew ever behind us.
Well, we send them home for the day before we start the podcast.
What is going on, everybody? Let's go, everybody. Welcome in. Hope everybody's having a really nice night. Welcome in Queen Chronic Shadow. We got Mimi in the building. We got Kevin here.
Finally, I'm recognized.
Kevin's in here. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. I'm pressing all sorts of weird buttons. All right, let me go here, guys. We are very appreciative to have you guys here. Very, very appreciative. We have a live audience today. Let's go. This lady in the front row is fast asleep. Miss. Thank you. Show's starting. She's pumped. I saw her outside. She was asleep outside.
I think we got to start getting a little better minders out on the.
I think we should get a younger crowd. I got to stop poaching at the library is what I'm starting to notice here.
Hey. Did I ever tell you that I went to a PE conference and...
Wait, somebody said there is a guy in the background. Is there a guy in that?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's subtle.
He's very subtle, and he doesn't move a whole lot. Welcome in, guys. If you don't know, my name is Nick.
I am Kevin.
And this is Snug Stories. Thank you guys for tuning back in here. Me and Lamb are really starting to get in the groove, and we are very, very excited for the show we have today. Couple good games today. Well, at least one good solid game. We have
mediocre game.
One mediocre game. We have some really good stories for you guys, and we have some subjects that I'm hoping will wind you guys up. We're gonna let people start to trickle in, but while we do that, let's go ahead and jump into our first story. Me and Lamb always like to start on a positive story, something uplifting, something that maybe gets you excited.
Nothing more positive than this.
Nothing more positive than Pluto with ice volcanoes. Tell me why.
Still erupting.
So, Lamb, tell me why that would be positive for me.
Why should you care about Pluto and its ice volcanoes? Well,
it's not even a planet.
It's a dwarf planet.
Okay.
So, this might change everything.
Change it.
Change the whole game.
What's the game?
The game is life.
All right, sorry, I hit that button a little prematurely. I thought there was going to be a bomb there. Go ahead, give me
life on another planet. That's a pretty.
All right. Try me again.
Life.
That was good.
There you go. You got that one.
All right, go ahead.
So, because there is potentially tectonic activity, they're saying these ice volcanoes are shooting water and water vapor into space. Where there's water, there might be life.
Gotcha, bitch. Oh, sorry.
That wasn't a little different. Gotcha. Yeah.
What? Sorry, I'm button mashing. Okay, so let me go back to the stories. Okay, so
to me, this would be great in the fact that we demote Pluto as a planet, and then that's where life is.
It's the
only other life hanging out in our solar system.
Let me say this, though. If they decide that they want to be friends with us, we have to let them know that we are slightly more important than them because we're a real planet.
Yeah, you know we gotta let them know. We show up and we're like, whoa.
They're gonna start. We're segregating us.
Oh, just because you're a little baby planet, you think you're gonna come in here and like?
If you guys don't know, like I said, what is fascinating about this, like I said, is the fact that they are saying there could be water underneath Pluto. A lot of studies have talked about the fact that the only reason that Earth has water is because it was crashed into by an ice comet or some kind like that. So water was actually brought to us.
What if we're all Pluto water ice?
What if we're all Pluto water ice? We don't know. So the fact that Pluto has water is also a sign that it was either crashed into or it came from another place from water. Water has life. And that means there could be something, even if it's micro there. I thought that was cool. Lamb thought it was cool. We thought you guys would find it interesting. Let's go ahead. We also have a little bit of a tradition on this show that we are always looking out for you guys. We're always trying to find jobs. It's a tough job market right now. Me and Lamb are doing this. We make $1 each one of these podcasts. So
yeah, I mean, it's hard work, but somebody's got to do it.
Most of them go to Topo Chico, the only thing I drink during my... Okay, sorry. Get that ad ready.
Hey. Yeah, we got to... Do we have an ad break button?
We don't, but I'll get one.
All right, we got to get one. But, so those of you that really like that Pluto story are going to love this.
Yeah, if you're into the Pluto story, we have a job for you. Go ahead and drop it on Lamb. I'm going to get you the stories button. Bang, bang.
Boom. You want to run a post office, monitor some penguins in Antarctica, and hang out with a bunch of ice? The transitions, bro.
Oh, I know. I I was gonna hit the whoa button, but I wasn't excited by any of it. So I was sorry.
I mean, like I said, maybe.
Crowd, are you excited for this ice job?
Boo!
All right,
He's not.
All right, so tell me about the job.
All right, so you like penguins? You can go to hang out in Antarctica for 6 months.
You can't. You like penguins and you want to hang out in Antarctica for 6 months? I was kind of in on the penguins part, and then you slammed into 6 months.
So
Okay. 6 months job in Antarctica.
yeah, little break from your normal everyday job. Mm-hmm. So it's a little. So you can be. They got a couple jobs actually. Base leader.
Base leader, okay. Antarctica base leader.
Yeah, shop manager.
Okay, shop manager sounds like I'm going to be doing a
Or
lot
general assistant.
I don't like the word. I don't like the term general assistant.
The fact that it's general assistant makes it's like
Yes.
the weakest thing.
So the job is, it is 6 months. You have to go to Antarctica. You have to stay in said base. You have to monitor penguins. But Lamb, there is some very important notes that we want you guys to know. One, there is no running water.
Apparently not.
Apparently no running water. No internet.
Nope. Limited power.
Limited power, which I don't like that. I don't like the wording there because limited almost implies zero, but sometimes there's power. I don't know.
Yeah, when the solar panel's working,
Yeah.
like you get a little bit.
Now, you're probably thinking, all right, Nick, that job doesn't sound super exciting yet, but give me the money. How much do I make? You're probably raking it in. And the answer is not that, unfortunately.
Yet, there's other bonuses. You get to fly to Antarctica for free.
You get ejected out of a plane
Yeah, you get to
at
get
minus 40 degrees.
Get tossed out of an airplane.
Yeah, that's
over
true.
Antarctica.
That's true. You're rattling off some real positives here.
They said there's a 1 week training.
How not to die in the snow.
Yep. And then there's a debrief when you're done.
Now, the 1 week training, I assume, has got to be like just how to build an igloo. That's the only thing I really need training on. They're like, oh,
Don't eat the yellow snow.
right. They're like, hey, I'm like, well, what about like the penguins? Oh, you just take pictures of them. That part's super easy. You need to know how to build an igloo in case you get stuck, because you will die out there.
You're literally filming them for other people that are sitting in warm like areas.
No internet, no job. You're out, no internet. I'm not doing this job. What's the pay? The pay is big dollars.
Yeah, big dollars. About $1,500 a month.
$1,500 a month, Shadow. Come on, are you in on this?
6 month commitment.
Fat nope. All right, we tried for you guys. We thought we'd bring you some real heat of a job here.
But you get to stay there for free. So no rent payments.
That's part of the igloo, I think.
Yeah. You got to build your own igloo, and you get to live in it.
They want you to kind of like blend in with the penguins. They start to think you're one of them. I think that's part of the training.
You get some shiny rocks. You know?
That's right. All right, let's go ahead and get into our first actual really good story of the day. Like I said, guys, we will try and find you guys jobs as much as we can. This story Lamb brought to me at surface level. I thought the story was interesting. The deeper we dive into the story, I think there's a lot of really cool things to it.
It's the future.
It is very, very much the future. So as you guys know, April 1st was April Fool's. And a
sidebar, they have no idea how April Fool's started.
I did not know that.
Like they're just like they think it might be an actual April Fool's joke.
That's so random. That's actually so random.
Somebody just did some really shitty things to people, and they're like, April Fool.
Somebody's got to have a guest somewhere, right? I think more of them back now, but it would be cool. I got nearly $2,000 just stopping suckers. All right, here we go. So the story is in Dallas. Lamo, you can go ahead and drop it on.
All right. So in Dallas, some drone operators got together with just another group, and they decided they were going to put a QR code in the sky made out of drones.
I love the idea.
Yeah. So they thought, hey, can we do this? Mm-hmm. They figured out they can do it pretty easily with the drones. Where do you think they're going to send everybody? They're going to send them to their business to, hey, you want a drone?
I don't understand the question.
Like I'm saying, the QR code. Like if you put a QR code in the sky, in your drone business, where do you think you can send everybody? To your website, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're gonna send everybody to your business.
Where's the QR code sent? Okay, yeah. Got it. If I put a QR code in the sky, I thought you meant where you send the drones. If you put a QR code in the sky, you probably have an advertisement for the business, maybe some kind of a coupon, maybe a restaurant menu. I'm thinking. What is it?
They rickrolled everybody.
That's just it's just so much money spent for a rickroll, dude. And I'm just gonna give them a round of applause here for that. I actually love this. So they went ahead and put drones in the sky. If you QR coded on your phone, it took you to a rickroll. This is there is literally nothing else to this story other than that, but I love that all by itself. What we did want to talk about, though, is this is an actual really clever way to advertise, and we were talking about how at the beach you got the banners coming by. This could be the new banners going by, dude, right?
Yeah, just a fleet of drones just cruising by.
Yeah, so, okay, so let me ask you. Company comes to you, they say, Mr. Lamb, you have just won a contest. We are gonna go by the beach and we're gonna put a big, massive bunch of drones, and they're gonna create a perfect QR code, and that QR code is gonna take them somewhere. You have won the contest. Where does that QR code go?
I'm sending them the video of me winning the world record for drinking a Capri Sun.
If you guys don't know, on one of the podcasts, we tried to break the record for drinking a Capri Sun. Look, Guinness wasn't here, so it doesn't count. But as far as we're concerned, the record was like 16 seconds, and Lamb did it in like 15 seconds. So as far as we're concerned, he holds that record.
Yeah, it's on the Snug Store's Instagram. If you're interested in seeing it, you can time it. It's real.
What do you know that QR code does work? I mean, it definitely worked.
This one?
I don't know. It definitely worked because a bunch of people were doing it, but I don't know.
I'll try it.
You try it right now?
Right
okay.
now.
So if I had my... Do it right now. I can't wait to see this. Do it from the computer?
I don't know. I'm trying.
Yeah. Nah, no luck.
Nah. I think the angle of the photo and all, like the drones are slightly out of position, but...
If I had mine... I mean, first, taking them to Netflix channel. Maybe if I have like a sick Kraber headshot in a video game, maybe I put that out there. Maybe I put my dating profile up there with just as soon as they click it, it takes like for some reason
my
like
headshot.
Like a Google image of me like turned around with like my shirt off. That would be optimal for me. But
it's my LinkedIn resume.
Yeah, it's just a LinkedIn resume job. Yeah, that's right. It worked for you. It Rick rolled you? Oh my god, that makes me so
great.
That makes me so happy. We were talking about this, and I said to you, this is the future. Like, you're going to be sitting at like a football game or a soccer game or something, and you could even do that indoors. You're going to be sitting at like a basketball game, and this thing is going to fly around.
Or just on the TV QR codes.
Just on the TV QR codes, and it could take you somewhere. And you actually said something kind of interesting. You said QR codes
they've been around. Yeah, they've been around forever.
And they died for a little bit.
They died hard. They were like kind of fun, interesting.
Yeah.
And then people were like, what am I ever going to use this for?
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. And all of a sudden, every menu you've ever seen is on a QR code.
Yeah, so that's actually true. It was kind of a technology that died and then started getting used again. And like I said, this idea of using drones to fly around and use advertisements is in some way very, very cool, but also in the exact same vein, very scary to me. Like, you're just walking down the street in a city and there's just like a dozen of them. Like, that would really bother me. You know what I mean? It sounds like you're just walking through like a live airport. Like, that would be exhausting.
So... we said QR codes died.
QR codes did die.
Came back.
What
else died?
And needs to come back?
Needs to come back.
I want a Walkman back, like a CD Walkman.
Oh, the old Discman.
The Discman. I liked the Discman. See, I got so excited when I was a kid, and they finally gave me the Discman, and then it said right on the Discman, 60-second anti-skip. Now, I don't know how old this chat is. I know some of them, but some of you literally might not know what that is, right?
I'm older than you. I didn't have no 60 seconds.
You didn't have no 60-second skip?
I had 3.
That's not real. What is 3 seconds?
3 seconds is enough to pick it up and move it to another location and put it down and hope it was fast enough.
So if you're not familiar with what we're talking about, they were CDs, compact disc for you youngins out there. No.
Yeah.
And you put the CD in the little Walkman, and if you jiggled it too much in the original one, it would stop playing, right? It would skip, you know? So then they started coming out with the anti-skips. You could shake it. You could literally sit there and shake it for like a minute, and it would still play your song. But then after that minute, then your song would stop playing. I love that technology. I'd like it to bring it back. What are you bringing back, Lamb? I still have it? Oh, my God. You have to do...
dust it off.
Oh, my God. That's a good one. Queen said I miss hanging up with somebody on a flip phone. Ooh, that is
Snap.
That is true. You have both? Oh, my God. That's what you had the 3 second? No shot.
3 second was the early version.
What are you bringing back?
Oh, man. What am I bringing back?
And the voice changer and the recorder from Home Alone. Let's talk about floppy disks. Yo, floppy disks were dope.
Yeah.
Floppy disks were way more, like, reliable, you know?
So
Walkmans are not good for walking music. That's actually unbelievably ironic, and you're 100% correct, gamer. They were not good for running when walking.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, like I had a special Discman like pack, that you strapped around your waist, and it had like a thing in it. It was not good.
I
Even
wanna-
the 60-second one, it was not good.
All right, I'm going to let you think of yours, but I have another one. I want to bring back Blockbuster. Now, if you don't know how awesome Blockbuster is, you're missing out. Blockbuster used to be the funnest place on like a Friday night or Saturday night. Friday night, you go in, you'd look around the store for 30 minutes. They had candy at the front. There was like a badass, like, yo, look at all these cool ass movies. And there was like a weird section over there.
Staff picks was always interesting.
Staff picks. Man, you had an idea for Blockbuster.
I did.
Okay, what's your idea?
So, this is what Netflix needs to do, or Hulu, or whoever wants to do it. VR. Right now, it's pretty garbage. I mean, you can play Beat Saber, and that's about it. What if you could go to the VR Netflix, and it's a giant-ass Blockbuster with 18 million movies in it, and you can just walk up and down the aisles, and you can pick up every box, flip it over, look at the box, look who's in it, look at the artwork.
Maybe run into a buddy there. Maybe it's like an actual hangout. Maybe there's other people there.
Yeah, get recommendations, swap movies, be like, yo, try this out. And take this one. Yo,
I would like
yo,
that.
Did you see this?
It's virtual reality, too. You could probably pick it up and, like, press it, and I bet it would, like, play a trailer. Oh, I do like that. Like a weird beaded section for, like, the weird, like,
weirdos.
Like the X-rated videos in the back. All right, we're done. You can rent a room in the only Blockbuster in existence today. I'm sad to go. Man, I miss Blockbuster. Me too, dude. I think the last time I went to a Blockbuster when I was 6 years old, that's probably the last one, and it probably closed the second you left.
I went post-college. So.
Really? Okay. Well,
they were still,
I'm pretty sure it's pretty
still
young.
hanging strong there.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. This next story, it's solid, man.
This is going to seem so dumb.
Seems dumb. Super solid. All right, give it to me. All right, so if you guys don't know, I'm going to introduce the story. Mike Tyson has his own cannabis company, if you guys did not know that.
Mike Tyson 2.0, it's called.
Mike Tyson 2.0 is what the product or the company is called. They sell cannabis, they sell edibles. He is under a little bit of pressure right now because one of his products has been pulled from the shelves and he has been told that they are not allowed to sell this product. That product is the Mike Tyson ear-shaped cannabis edibles.
Sounds so stupid.
Can you? All right, but if you're really young, you don't know Mike Tyson's story. Mike Tyson, in the middle of a ring one time, in a fight that he was losing, got close to a guy and bit off a chunk of his ear.
Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield, correct. Bit off a chunk of his ear.
So, now what gets so fun for this story is the little things. They're called Mike Bites.
That's an unbelievable name. Mike Bites is such a great name. And then you said...
There's also a bite out of the ear in the gummy.
God damn it. Somebody on his team needs a raise, bro.
So good. I am not interested in edibles.
No.
But I am interested in these.
Because they're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you said the reason they're getting pulled is because there's a rule.
At least in Colorado, there's a rule that they cannot be shaped like humans, animals, or
body parts,
fruits, body parts, or anything that they think would be interesting to children.
Or confused as candy.
Or confused as like standard candy.
Okay, so let me ask you this. First off, A+ on everything. The name is brilliant. The idea, brilliant. The shape of them with the chunk taken out, unbelievably funny.
The only thing they need is if like 1% of their sales go to like a charity for Evander Holyfield or something.
Oh, or yeah, they could even
or something like that.
Yeah, that could be. That is very snug. You're right. I'll give you that.
Damn, that's snug. Tweeted out, these ears actually taste good.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, see, he's like, that is really clever. He actually is leaning into it, like Kevin just said. He tweeted out, these ears really taste really good. That's really great. So I want to ask you guys, and I'm going to ask you too, Kevin. Do you have a problem with Colorado laying down the law and saying, hey, you can't have your edibles look like fruit, body parts, or just anything that the kid could easily mistake for a candy? Like
absolutely. I'm fine with it.
You're okay with it?
I'm so fine with it because you see these on a table. For whatever reason, they're out.
Right.
A kid happens to walk by, sees a candy out, just grabs one, pops one.
But you've seen edibles here. A lot of them look like this.
Here. This is Colorado.
Right. I mean,
but I'm saying California apparently doesn't have this rule.
Okay.
So I'm okay with the rule.
Okay.
Like in package, I don't think anything is ever confused in a package.
Right.
Out of the package, though,
And if you've bought anything like this in the last 2 years, you understand that these packages are not only are they child-proof, they're so difficult to open. They're like everybody proof. I'm not even kidding you. If I bought edibles in the last like 2 years, every time I buy them, I spend like a solid 8 to 10 minutes trying to open the goddamn package. And then at some point, I get so frustrated that I can't. I always resort to biting it with my teeth. 90% of my edibles have been ripped open by my teeth because I can't.
I think it's on purpose for people that have already taken edibles. They make it difficult. It's like a puzzle.
I bought pre-rolls one time in this box. I was like pressing. I couldn't get. It was like a Rubik's cube. You had to like hold
Japanese
one.
puzzle box.
Yeah, I had to like put my tongue on the other side. You know,
there's electric shock you had to endure for 10 seconds.
I had to whisper like Expelliarmus into it, and then finally it opened. It was exhausting. Okay, so it's not like you said. They're hard to get into, but they are easily confused as candies. Now I'm going to throw a curveball at you.
Okay.
So you don't want them shaped like candies. You don't want them for kids. Okay, fair. Now the one edible that they still sell them, is a little box, and they look like aspirin. Okay, they're just a white pill, right? Okay, but where's the line? So it's like, okay, so you don't want them shaped like candy and chocolate, but you don't want them shaped like a pill because then it starts to feel like pills, and that's not what you don't want people starting to think that those two things are combined. So again, now you're in this murky water of how do you get somebody an edible without, crossing all these lines? Is that fair?
Yeah, I get it. Like apparently in Colorado, they shape them like T, like a letter T.
Okay.
They changed it to a letter T.
Okay.
To make them
THC?
No, Mike Tyson.
Oh,
yeah, these particular ones.
Gotcha. Okay, T for Tyson.
So, fine. I do think it's like you can't print a warning on the food.
No, I agree. At some point, you have to take responsibility for the fact that if they're yours, you got to keep them safe.
But I mean, like theoretically, a glass of vodka looks like a glass of water.
Agreed. That's
I've
true.
been to a college party where that's happened.
Pipe popper with the Tyson, eh? Yeah, these are the Tyson edibles. But yeah, welcome in, Popper, man. Thanks for being here, buddy. Like I said, I don't like the pill idea because, like I said, even though it's the same edible, same high, same whatever, I don't like the idea that you feel like you're taking a pill.
Yeah.
This is at least keeps the fun in it, but I agree you don't want it to be too fun because so I just
Pixie sticks.
I mean, I've already told you this before. In some of the shops, they have like Fruit Loops and things like that are that. They have like potato chips. They have soda. They have popcorn. They have everything that you could possibly imagine. They have brownies. All of that stuff is almost designed for most of it for a younger age group. So yeah, it is kind of a murky ground, but I love this. I love this. We love the advertising, and then because we love to segue. We're going to go ahead and segue into another story.
We love puns.
We're going to segue into another pun. Go ahead, baby.
So this Minnesota woman collected almost 20,000 cow-related items.
Right. Of course she did.
Yeah, as one does.
Cow-related items. Okay.
She's opening a museum.
Let's go, dude. Shout out to the museum. Damn, that is super fucking snug, baby. That is very, very snug.
That's literally the only thing. That's it. That's all. That's the whole story. That's all I care about. I just wanted to share that awesome pun. I saw it. It made me laugh, and I wanted to make other people laugh. Hopefully.
I'm 37. I should know not to take candy from strangers. Turn out to be inedible. Yeah, if you're handing out, they say this every year on Halloween.
Ain't nobody. You know how expensive those things are.
You gotta be careful with kids. They're gonna get like weed. Nobody's handing out weed edibles. Like a package of them is like $20, bro. You're not passing that shit. That's just expensive. Okay, so there's nothing to this story. Literally nothing. The lady collected 20,000 cow-related items. She opened a museum. Me and Lamb had a chuckle about it the other night. So we thought we're gonna go ahead and drop our first game on you. I'm gonna go main screen.
Before we do that.
Okay, go ahead. Oh my God, you're right. That's a great pun for sure. So I'm gonna go back. Lamb comes to me the other night when he tells me about the museum, and he says, "I want to say it how you said it, because the way you delivered it, my expectations were at a certain level, and then they went to a different level." So Lamb comes into me and he goes, "Yo, did you know that Long John Silver's, the fast food chain, is they're making a beer, a 6.5% beer?" First instinct, rolled my eyes. And I'm like, dude, Long John Silver's shouldn't even be making food, like, period. Let alone
it's debatable whether they do make food.
Right, 100%. I mean, their food is so sussy, bro. It's like, they're like, oh, you got a bucket of shrimp and fish. And like, how much is it? It's like $4.99. You're like, I don't know, dude. This is a lot.
Why is that fish spelled with a PH?
Bro, Right. Well, yeah, so for sure. So I was like, really like, yeah, this sounds awful, dude. Like, it was made from like grease out of the fryer. Like, I'd love to know what they're. So he comes in, Long John Silver still exists, right? How do they? Agreed. And so this is their chance, I think, to come back into like the limelight.
Honestly, if this is their chance, they're swinging hard.
So they came out with a Bach beer, and that Bach beer is called Swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler, baby.
So Bach is a type of beer, and they came out with a Swashbuckler. Okay, I'm sorry if you don't think that pun's funny. Maybe this isn't the podcast for you. No, I'm just kidding. That's just so clever to me.
I love it, except that the beer does have hints of malt vinegar.
No, what? Why would they? What?
They have yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I've never, not one time ever, been like, you know what this beer needs, bro? A little malt vinegar.
Not once, not never.
Not once, not never, dude. Okay, that was pretty well played there. Long John Centers is terrible and makes me sick to even smell it, dude. I'm Shadow. I'm telling you, that's why I said they can barely make food, let alone a beer. But come on, you got to give me Swashbuckler. That's primo, baby. Okay, so again, with these two stories, me and Lamb got to thinking. There's got to be some businesses out there with A+ puns.
A+.
A+.
A lot of people try too hard. Nah.
A lot of people are bringing it, saying they got. A lot of people are bringing it, like chiropractor places. They're bringing it. They're trying.
The joint.
The lumbyard. Oh, it's the Lombard yard. Or the Lombard yard.
Lumber zone.
Yeah.
Lumberjacks. What? I want to go to a chiropractor called the Lumberjack.
So we were thinking. Okay, so we did a little research. So we're gonna play a little game with you guys. Lamb. Let's see if he has it somewhere. Lamb is going to put on the screen 3 names of businesses that are puns, okay? Pay attention. There's going to be a test. One of those puns is going to be mine that I made up. One of them is going to be Lamb's that he made up. And the other is going to be a real business. We want you guys can take stabs at any of them. You want to guess the real one? Guess the real one. You want to guess which one I come up with? Guess a guess. You want to think 100% Kevin came up with that? You guys take a guess. Does everybody understand the rules? Raise your hand if you do in the back. All right, you got it?
Boo!
No, sir, I didn't ask you to boo. I asked you to put your hands up. Somebody take him out of here. Okay, so that's the rules, guys. We're going to put them on the screen. You tell me if I came up with it, if Lamb came up with it, or if it's the real one. One of these in every single group is real. Lamb, go ahead and drop the first. Oh, thank you, Queen. All right, how's that? Can y'all hear us now? Yeah. We're back. Sorry. Sorry. When we cut to that, the microphone thing was turned off. We had to turn it back on. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. Thank you, guys. Okay, so one of these is real. Let me go ahead and break it down to you. We got Brad Pitt. We got Wake and Bake, and we got Back at It Again, okay? So we got Shadow says Back at It Again is real, and why is there no sound? Sorry, that makes me laugh. Okay, so I want you guys to tell me which one's real, and if you want to take a guess at which one me and Lamb came up with, you are more than welcome. Lamb, first off, if you had a business, do you think a pun is the way to go?
I think it depends on the business.
Okay.
The seriousness of the business is directly proportional. Do I want to go to a doctor?
Right.
That's like
a funeral home?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. People are dying to be here. It's like, I don't know. This is a place for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I go to the hospital and they're just like,
Yo, OG UK Goat is in the house. What do you mean embarrass yourself? We got 5 of these coming, gamer. Take a stab, every single one of them, dude. Doesn't matter. Yo, what's up, Josh? So one of these, Josh, I'm going to break you in on this. One of these businesses is real and one of them is fake, brother, if you want to take a stab. All right.
2 of them are fake.
2 of them are fake. Sorry, one of them is real. I apologize.
Yeah. And, little side bet. we'll go with the best.
Yeah,
Who do you think is the best?
Yeah.
Is it real and is it the best?
That's true. If you guys want to tell me which one you'd like on the board the best, I'm super
Because
interested in that.
I'd like to know how great I did
Right.
in coming up with my names. I want to win all of
You're
these.
so honest about it. I need the pat on the back.
You need to understand the level of...
Yes. Okay, so good pun's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so I think for business, if I had a business, and it was, like I said, anything like a food place or a clothing store, I think the pun actually plays. I think people remember it. I think it makes them laugh. I think that makes them tell the story to somebody else, and so on.
And if you're driving past it, you're going to remember that versus like
You're gonna get
Nick's clothing store.
Yeah. Okay, so we got, you can go with Wake and Bake. Mamba said she likes Back at It Again. I know Iron was on Back at It Again. So that's 3 votes. That's good enough for me. Lamb takes the L on the first one. I'm sorry about that, buddy.
That's all right. This wasn't my best.
This was not your best. So mine was Back at It Again. Thank you, Queen. That's 3 for Back at It Again. So I'll take the dub. Back at It Again is mine. Wake and Bake is Lamb's, and the real store is actually called Bread Pit. I don't know why. When I saw that last night, I fucking cackled, bro. I was like, they went with Bread Pit? They went with somebody's name?
It's the bread pit.
It's the bread pit.
It's a pit full of bread.
It's the pit full of bread. All right, let's go number 2.
Open it
Oh, give us a second.
There we go.
All right, number 2. Number 2 is
Asian.
They were all Asian food places. Okay, so we have Of Rice and Men, we have Titanic, and we have Dim Sum Good Noodles. These names are so funny, bro. They're all funny.
If I went to like a place and these 3 were next to each other, I'd lose my
If I
mind.
was in a food court and I saw Of Rice and Men, Titanic, and Dim Sum Good Noodles, I'd be like, I'm taking one from each one of you motherfuckers because you guys put a lot of work into these names, bro. Okay, so yeah, you guys can let us know what you think the real one is or just which one your favorite is. Lamb, I'm going to ask you, though, what if you go to a Thai restaurant, what's your go-to, bro?
Pad Thai feels like
The
like
opposite.
like the vanilla is boring thing. It's delicious.
The General Tso's chicken of
Yeah,
Thai food?
I know.
I hear you.
I love a drunken noodle.
Okay.
A drunken noodle is a
Yeah.
top. It's a
solid.
little spicy, but I like it. They usually have the wide noodles.
Also, I don't know if I've ever said this on air before, but there is a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown here, and they have the most unbelievable what's the word I'm looking for? Like shrimp and beef. What the hell? Why am I blanking?
Fried rice?
No. Like they're like wrapped like little like wontons. Almost.
Oh,
Dumplings.
Dumplings.
So they have like shrimp and beef dumplings, and the place is spelled WONKOK. So it's one cock. Every time I see it, I'm like, these motherfuckers know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Dude. I know they do.
Yeah.
I know they
Happy
know what
tree or whatever.
I know they know what that means. Okay, so we got Rice and Men. We got Dim Sum and Good Noodles. I think Rice and Men is real. Titanic would have me crying, but I think Of Rice and Men is real. Dim Sum Good Noodles. That's pretty close, Liam.
Yeah. Do we have favorites, or are you just guessing which one you think is real?
Doesn't matter. We
Yeah,
got 2
either
for
way.
Dim Sum. We got 2 for Rice's Men, and we got 1 for Titanic. All right, so let's go ahead and let them know, Lamb.
The old Titanic was the real one.
Titanic was the real one. That is a real place called Titanic. Whoever that person is deserves to be profitable in business, or they deserve to just sink and blow up because that was kind of a risky. Lamb was Of Rice and Men. Shout out for him. Maybe laugh. And Dim Sum Good Noodles was me. Last night, stoned as hell, laughing my ass off making these. All right, let's go ahead. This is real too. There we go.
Real too?
There we go. Maybe you go.
All right. This was bars. Liquor establishments. Liquor-based establishments.
So this was liquor stores or liquor-based establishments.
That should be not. Apparently, I don't know how to type.
Whiskey Business, Tequila Mockingbird, and Shaken Not Stirred. Wait, you think the second option is bad press? Tequila Mockingbird? Why? Why? First off, I like all of these names, and if 2 of them are not being used, they should be.
Yep. Apparently, Of Rice and Men is in Asia.
I would have. That almost makes it weirder.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That almost makes it weirder to me. It's almost like Whiskey Business for sure. Dr. Havoc with a raid. Welcome in, man. How was the stream, brother? Whiskey Business.
Titanic.
Oh,
is
bad
a-
business.
Okay.
Whiskey Business would have all my business. All right, I respect that.
Whiskey business is good business.
Whiskey business is good business. I agree. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one over here that's my favorite, and it's not even mine. It's just there's just so much like cleverness in the real one that it's really hard for me. All right, let's just go ahead and drop it, baby.
All right, real one.
Tequila Mockingbird is the real one. I cannot
I've been to a Tequila Mockingbird.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't tell you how clever I think that actually is. One, it has liquor in the title, so you know. Two, it's a pun that it's dead on, right? It's not like a pun you have to stretch, right?
Yeah.
It literally...
You say it out loud, and everyone knows what you're saying.
If I said Tequila Mockingbird, it is that close, right? It's so clever. I love it. Whiskey business was mine with a little help from Lamb, and Shaken Not Stirred is Mr. Lamb. So, was good, man. Glad that everyone stopped by and hung out. Hey, glad, man. We are doing, so Havoc, let me catch you up with what we're doing. 3 businesses on your screen there. One of them is real. The other 2 me and Lamb made up. All right, let's go ahead and cut to a couple more here.
This was a Mediterranean restaurant.
This is Mediterranean food. One of these is real, and one of these is Lamb's. One of these is mine. So we got Peter Pan, we got Falafel and Love, and we got Kebabbing and Weaving. All right. Yeah, dude. I do remember Kill a Mockingbird. I do though. I have to say this. It is a weird book to title your business after. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Like,
yeah. This one. So these Lamb. Let me ask you. I'm gonna go back after this Mediterranean food. Did you even eat Mediterranean food before you came over to the West Coast?
I'd had like a gyro, gyro, whatever you want to call it, maybe once or twice in my life, but that's probably about it.
I told Lamb last night that if I opened a skateboard shop that also sold gyros, it would be 360 gyro. That's what I would call it. But I agree. I've only had gyros, gyros, whatever you call them. Lee can argue about it. Please argue about it. I don't care. I remember anytime I say it to somebody, I'm like, yo, can I have a gyro? They're like, you know it's pronounced a euro. And I'm like, oh, my bad. 2 weeks later, I'm like, yo, can I have a euro? They're like, you mean gyro? And I'm like, fuck, dude, there's no winning with euro and gyros and gyros.
If you know what I'm saying,
then shut up.
Zip it.
Then shut up, dude. You know what I meant, right? They say a euro. Okay, do they? Okay, well, we say gyro, so I don't know what tomato, potato. Yo, TSB, welcome in, man. Kebabbing and Weaving is fucking awesome. Love you, baby. Peter Pan is real for sure. Peter Pan. What's up, TSB? We're having a little fun, man. Hope you're having fun. So yeah, I'd never had Mediterranean food real. Like real Mediterranean, like kebabs and pitas and all that kind of stuff. I never had any of that till I got out here. That's why I tell people all the time. Los Angeles has such weird food, man. I just love it. Okay, let's go ahead and drop it on, baby. Which is real? They actually did know which one was real.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan is real. So you guys did you guys did guess that one correct. Kebabbing and Weaving is me, and Falafel and Love is Lamb Shop.
Nobody liked my Falafel and Love. I thought that was a solid one.
Hey, you know what, dude? As long as you appreciate it, that's all that's really important.
It's all right. My best is coming last, so I'm not worried.
Y'all got a lot of Mediterranean Ohio. Actually, like I said, where I'm from, and we just didn't have it, man. I never even when they said kebab.
We also barely had we didn't even have barbecue restaurants.
That's true.
It was nothing.
That's true. And I when they said kebab to me the first time, I remember thinking not that this is wrong, but I remember thinking we've done kebabs. You take a stick, you put a couple pieces of chicken on it and some vegetables and put some peppers. Before. That's not what they do out here. So if you were thinking kebab, that's not what they do out here. What they do is they make ground beef and chicken, and then they make it into the shape of a kebab. It's actually fire, bro. This is my friend Kevin. He's my roommate. TSB, very nice guy. All right, let's go ahead and TSB, you got to get on this game, dude. Last one. I think
it's the last one.
Last one, TSB.
Oh, no, we got 2 more. One more.
So one of these is a real business, TSB. The other 2 me and Lamb made up. Okay, so these are all soup stands. I was trying not to read them because it was going to make me laugh. These are all soup stands. One of them is very, very real. The other ones are not. The first place, a little bit chowder now. The one, soup opera, instead of the soap opera. And then we got nincompoop soup.
Nincompoop soup.
Aggressive.
Very negative.
It's very negative.
Name your business. Listen here. Welcome to Nincompoop soup.
Man, we have so many barbecue places, bro. I'm actually a barbecue fanatic. I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing that bums me out about barbecue, and I'm sure you'll attest to this, bro, right? When I was a kid, it was you get pulled pork for the price of water, dude. It was they were just giving it away. Now it's yo, you want ribs? It'd be $40. Whoa, dude.
Yeah, you want brisket? Oh, that's $18 a quarter pound.
You're like, well, yeah, dude. Jesus. We're well, we smoked it for 70 hours.
I get it,
bro. But it's still a cheap piece of meat.
I can't justify it.
I know. I love it. Okay. Also, if you're opening a business strictly on soup, I do think you're setting yourself up to fail.
Soup Plantation, out of business.
Out of business. However, somebody told me that I would love Soup Plantation because the salad bar was dope, and I'm kind of sad I never got to go. Okay, so the real one is...
Nincompoop.
Nincompoop. You guys actually did nail that. So Nincompoop is the real one. Soup opera is lamb, and a little bit chowder now is mine. Let's go to the last one, baby.
Last one is a hot dog stand.
Hot dog stand.
Hot dog based, or
yeah, hot dog stand. All
sausage hot dog.
So we have for the hot dog stand, we have the Wiener Circle, we have Brought in My House, and we have Dr. Frank and Stein's. All right, baby, let's go, TSB. A little bit chowder's now. Hey, thanks, baby. That made me laugh last night, Shadow, when I said it out loud. Actually, it made Lamb laugh.
It did. I was mad. I was mad. It's so good.
Lamb literally said, "Oh, that's really good." we always know we're competing.
We're competing a little bit. It's friendly, but it's still a competition.
We always know we're competing. When I said it out loud, he was writing back. He's like, "Oh, that's a really good one."
Damn it. Because you're sitting there with nothing to go on.
100%. It's late at night. It was like 10 o'clock at night. We were thinking of these, trying to think of these, and we were laughing. Some of them were terrible. We wrote down some ones that really we're never going to share with you guys, but some of them were really bad. Now I want a chili cheese dog. Well, that does sound good, bro. I haven't
had a good hot dog in a while.
I used to have a problem that I would go into 7-Eleven, and I would almost never leave without a hot dog. It was like an actual problem.
I had the same problem, but with Wawa. When we were
Wawa's a problem, dude.
Yeah, Wawa hot dog.
I hope they never come out here because I'll be in that bitch all the time. I'm like, I need gas. You're like, you're full tank. I'm like, well, I can use a couple gallons. I might as well go get a sub while we're here.
I don't understand how Subway has not implemented the Wawa situation.
Agreed.
It's literally a screen. You go in, you're like, I want this bread, I want this meat, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. It prints a receipt for the person making the sandwiches. They have their list of ingredients, and they make the sub. And then they give it to you.
Not only that, when you actually type it in the computer, it'll say, like, if you want mayonnaise, it'll say regular mayonnaise, a lot of mayonnaise, little mayonnaise. So everything you type, you can type little, lot. And it's like, it's a perfect system, and it's a gas station, and the subs are fire. I can't believe Subway hasn't jumped on this train. Lamb, Wiener Circle, Brought in My House, Dr. Frankenstein's. One of these is real, one of them is not. So the real one is
the Wiener Circle.
The Wiener Circle. Brought in My House is mine. Dr. Frankenstein's is Lamb's. Lamb, if you open Dr. Frankenstein's, I will roll in to have a beer and a dog. That sounds delicious.
Yo, Dr. Frankenstein's. Hold on. Copyright.
All right, you copyrighted that.
Yeah.
Brought in My House.
It's aggressive.
It is aggressive. If I had it brought in my house, it would have an exclamation point.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, maybe two.
Maybe two. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get into some actual stories for you guys. We have a little segment that we have been doing a lot of recently, which we love. Oh, no.
No, it's fine. Just this one.
Okay. I went to New York 5 years ago. Best hot dog. Really? Best hot dogs you ever had in New York? Lamb?
It depends what you're getting. Are you getting like a Gray's Papaya hot dog? Those are pretty solid. Are you getting a hot water dog from the street cart? Not great.
I'll tell you this. I don't actually know, because they have this tradition here in Los Angeles where if you leave like a sporting event or something really crazy, they have like these people that roll out. I think they're in like hot air balloons and they drop out of the sky. I have no idea.
They literally like come out of the sewers.
They come out of the sewers. I think they literally appear out of nowhere. There's these people that have little carts, like imagine like the size of a coffee table, and they are sitting there grilling hot dogs. After every sporting event you could ever go to, or every concert here in Los Angeles, there's a dozen of these people, and they're everywhere, and they have these little carts, and they're taking hot dogs, and they're wrapping them in bacon, and then they're grilling onions, and they're sitting on this like...
It's like a sheet tray. It's literally like a heated sheet tray from an oven.
It looks like something you would see at like Sakura or what's the other place there? But it's more fun.
Benihana.
Benihana's. It's like a flat top grill, and they just have bacon dogs just sitting there cooking. And when you're baked and you've been sitting there drinking beers at a game, and you come out and they're like, "Hey, hot dog!" I'm like, "How much is it?" And they can take $40, and it sounds like a fair price. Major problem. So. We're really distracted. That has nothing to do with the next story. That was a side tangent. I'm sorry. Our next story is a little... Yeah, it's a problem, dude. It's so hard to say no to when you're blasted.
And they are amazing.
So good. The next story is a little segment that has become a very, very favorite of ours.
There it is.
That's that sound. That's that sound. I'm going to hit it again. Sorry. I always hit it twice because I just like it so much. The Snug Files.
Hey, there it is.
I'm really proud of that, and I didn't even do it.
Sorry, you get to push the button.
I'm really proud of that graphic, and I had nothing to do with it. You're welcome.
Yo, you should check out this Snug Files graphic we have.
Yeah, you guys got to check this out. You did a really good job with that. I'd be like, thanks. I appreciate it.
Wow, that is really good.
How much percentage of work you had? I would say less than 1%.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
That's it.
That's right. That's right. Look, without my thumbs up, it might not have made it onto the show. Okay, so the next story is our Snug Files of the day. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a spicy meatball.
It's an 11.
It's an 11. It's a heavy baggage, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this one.
Well played.
Hey.
I like that. I'm gonna say it again. This one is heavy baggage.
There's a lot to unpack in this one.
For now on, we nail a joke, we'll run it back.
Yeah, because people love that.
Yeah, people love that. People love hearing the joke
I think
twice.
the better thing to do is explain the joke.
Right. Really,
So the reason that was funny.
all right, I'm going to mute Liam. Well, that's the new segment we're going to
yeah,
have.
we're gonna have to time out each other.
Yeah, we're going to have a new segment. We're going to mute each other for now on for 30 seconds. We're going to be allowed to do it one time per show. I would have used it right there. Okay, so.
I would have kept talking.
You leaned over to my mic? Yeah. All right,
So
go
why
ahead.
it's funny.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and drop the story on because it's a Jemmy, baby.
All right, so the USS Kearsarge, I'm assuming, I don't know.
Nailed it.
Had a mysterious UFO encounter in 2021, October of 2021.
And say that we're just hearing about it, right?
This is a recent story because this information has just been come out, and some of it still not out.
Some of it's still buried.
So this is a naval warship, like a badass naval warship, very recently commissioned. Like top of the line technology, like everything is as good as it gets.
Not an old chunker.
Yeah, not this old this tugboat we found like cruising in the
Not old
ocean.
shitters you guys have been on warships.
Exactly.
All right, this is a real
This
one.
is something like I would ride on.
All right.
So it said that 2 nights in a row, there were 2 mysterious bright objects that were following this ship in the ocean, the Atlantic, while they were running drills.
We talk a lot about the fact that these aliens, everything that we've ever heard happens to be lights in the sky.
Yeah.
Always, right? Always like two or three lights.
So this ship, they said at first they thought it was part of the drill they were running. That they were like, oh, we have to like figure out what this is. This is like some sort of thing. So they didn't like take it super serious at first. They're just like running through the motions and everything. This ship is equipped with anti-drone technology. They thought it might be drones. So they use the anti-drone technology against it. Nothing happens. Absolutely
I don't know
nothing.
what anti-drone equipment is, but I imagine like a very
EMPs and like
Nerf guns.
Yeah, nets.
yeah, nets. Yeah, net cannon for sure. All right, yeah, for sure. It's just like a t-shirt gun. Yeah, that's right. It's just a t-shirt gun from the stadium they borrowed.
They said there were also they were 200 feet above the ocean, about a half a mile behind the ship,
And it followed
and
it
just
for
followed
days.
them. Yeah,
For days.
every night they would show up.
Wow. That's fascinating.
Then they said they took video of it, but the Navy won't release the videos.
That is fascinating.
They said, so this is a mock-up. This is the ship and, two dots.
Yeah.
Cool. But apparently the anti-drone Ghostbuster-style backpacks they have had no effect on them.
Okay, so let me rewind for you guys. First off, this is not an article we found on like Bob's backdoor website.
That doesn't sound good at all.
This isn't a thing we found on Bob's front door website.
Much better.
Yeah, you're right. It does really change it. So this is not a random site. This is the New York Post. This is a credible story. And they decided the way they worded it was the weapons included anti-drone, quotation, Ghostbuster-style backpacks. That is what the New York Post decided to word it as, which I love. So they have backpacks, anti-drone, Ghostbuster style. I still don't know what the backpacks do. Like, they got to be, like, you said EMPing?
Proton packs are like shooting that
They
beam.
got like a dozen people out there taking shots at it? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, is it like
know.
giant laser pointers? Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Just
I have a million questions. But very credible story.
Yeah.
They were very hush-hush about it. They took the videos. They won't let the videos be released. The cruise ship on board had everything that you guys could possibly imagine to figure out what this is, and they could not figure out what it is. It followed them for days. They tried everything they could to get it out of the sky. They couldn't get it out of the sky.
said they couldn't even get thermal targeting to lock on.
That's even more fascinating. The thermal thing tells me that it's not hot.
Or it's just able to hide it.
Or it's able to hide. That's probably better. Yeah, or whatever metal or whatever it's created out of doesn't absorb heat or something. It doesn't show heat. The whole thing is fascinating, bro. It's actually fascinating. Let me ask you this, because I think it's a fair question. There's at least a somewhat percentage that this is either one or two things. Either it's the United States and they sent them out whatever their new technology is. They wanted to see if this ship, they didn't want to tell them, but they wanted to see if the ship could figure it out. Or two, it's another country, right? That's at least...
Those are possibilities.
There's they at least have to say
the
that.
problem is if it's us or another country having that level of technology.
Right, agreed.
Is shocking.
It's shocking and dangerous and scary. Yo, what's up, Squirrel? Welcome in, baby. Hope you're having a great freaking day, man. I think you were just playing a game or something. I hope that went well for you. I love this story, man. I really like. I asked Lamb what the title of the ship was because whatever it was, I want to keep an eye on. I want to keep an eye on the story, and I want to continue. This story just came out, but I want to continue to look up the story and see if like the video starts to be released.
Yeah. Apparently, they radioed command about the objects and were told they were not ours by command.
Man, we have. I mean, we do the Snug stories because we love doing it, but we have discussed this at length. It's getting like almost like farcical, right? Like it's almost getting to the point where it's like
can we just
can somebody just say something to me that like
can Biden be like, yo, all right, jig's up. We've got them. The aliens have been here for a minute.
Yeah. One of the things is I want to say is like, okay, I understand that like Billy Bob out in the farm footage is played out. Nobody believed that. But even if they came out and said, okay, this is real, like aliens are real, we've decided that they're real, we found them, and we want to let you guys know that they are real. It would immediately start, like the first week it'd be like all the hubbub. But then what would happen is a lot of people start taking pictures of the sky or any light they see, and the internet would be overloaded with pictures of people and videos, people saying, I saw it, and then it immediately would become discredited anyway, right? I mean, like over like the course of like 3 months, people would be spamming the internet with things and saying they saw something. And again, it would become almost impossible to tell the real from the fake again. So the second they announced it, there would be a little hubbub, but I don't anticipate a Independence Day running to the top of the building waiting for Elvis to come back scenario.
Well, they've said like if aliens are real, which we do believe they are, there's two options really. Mm-hmm. They are benevolent because if they could get here, they could destroy us.
Correct.
So they're either here, they're going to take all our shit, and
that's going to happen,
and nothing we can do about it. Or they're benevolent and they're here, and that's it.
And they're just spying. They're just looking,
checking shit out.
They're just checking shit out, taking pictures.
We're a zoo or whatever. We're an interesting, weird rock.
It is scary to think that they're like monitoring the way that we operate so that they can figure out a way to take us down. That's definitely like a creepy idea, right? But I definitely think there's like some possibility that they're looking to see if we're dangerous, and we come out and start shooting at them. And that obviously that doesn't really play well. But I think they would understand that. Well, maybe they wouldn't. I don't fucking know. What the hell do I know? No, have you not seen Independence Day? We got this. Yeah, dude, we cannot be going Independence Day, right? Like the problem with Independence Day is that they're assuming that their fighting technology is in some way similar to ours, which is really, like I said,
we're going to load a computer virus into their wildly alien technology.
We're going to upload like a floppy disk. Yeah, it's just absurd. Right.
Oh, apparently you guys use a 3.5-inch floppy still.
Good. You guys are still on Windows 3, huh? Fascinating, yeah.
Well, yeah, we're at 11 now. I don't know if you know that.
So, I mean, like I said, the idea that technology is so good that we can't even scan them is fascinating to me. Also horrifying. Like I said, so that tells me that they already have some kind of advantage right off the bat. All right, let's go ahead into our next quick. This is not really a UFO story, but we thought it kind of deserved to be at least in the same vein. My internet crashed. You missed a very good UFO story. You can run it back, baby. Or if you want, we'll run it back for you at some point. Here we go.
So mushrooms apparently talking to each other out there.
I read this story the other night, and I thought this was fascinating. So the story is that they have been studying mushrooms. I'm going to scroll down here just so we can put it on the screen, just so we can see the mushrooms.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, so the story is that the scientists have been studying these mushrooms for a very long time, and they're able to study, I would love to get the word correctly, trains of electricity spikes, okay? So these mushrooms, while they're growing, if they're on a certain type of log, and the log tends to have a ton of nutrients, then sometime during their growth, they start to fire signals, right? Trains of electricity spikes. They said these spikes are very, very consistent. So there's about 50 different types of electricity spikes that they send. And they said when they correlated the spikes, they tended to have similar times in which they were firing. So either, nighttime, daytime, things like that, they were firing at certain times. And they said they think they're like almost like words. They're almost like this, this is good over here. This is bad. Stay away. Danger. Things like that. That's hard for me to believe since there's not like a brain running this. But do you think, Okay, like I'll give you an example of something. Like we start to like sweat, right? Like you don't think about that, right? Things like that. So I guess and jellyfish are doing things without really a brain. I mean, what does anything part of this read true to you? Is any part of
like leaves on plants will like turn towards the sun and
right,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely some sort of something like that. But it says they get to have up to 50 words.
Yeah, if you'd have told me when I was like a really, really small kid.
If all they could do was say like danger or like good, I'd be like, oh, definitely. Got it.
50 words. What else could they have to say? Like what else? Like
I'd like to talk to you about your car insurance.
Yeah, that's right, dude.
You're getting spam calls. Like, what? 50 words?
Are they flirting? Are they poking each other?
Like, yo.
No, yeah.
Come on over here.
That's right, yeah. Hey, this is really sexy over here.
It's a really nice log over here.
But if you'd have told me as a kid, like, hey, dolphins are really smart. They're almost as smart as humans. At like 6 years old, I'd have been like, you're crazy, right? But as an adult, there's so much proof of that. I don't know. I think this is fascinating. I thought it was an interesting story. Do mushrooms have 50 words in English? I would imagine none of it's in English. I would imagine it's in Mushroomese, which I only know very little of. All right, let's go ahead.
I don't get a chance to practice it very often.
Me neither. All right, let's go ahead and jump on to. This is a good story. So yeah, you can drop this one.
All right. So Burger King out there getting.
That's right, dude. That's right. They got to attract these mushrooms somehow, baby. They got to spit that game. Iron trying to spit game with 50 words or less, dude. Let's see it. All right, go ahead.
We could probably try that. 50 words only.
50 words only.
Burger King is sued by customers who are claiming their Whopper is smaller than advertised. Burger King out there acting like every dude, just claiming it's bigger than it is.
I really did not know you were going to take that joke. Okay. Okay. Burger King out there saying their meat's bigger. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. They got the big meat. They got the Whopper.
Let's address the small elephant in the room, I guess, this time. First off, I thought that's what commercials were. I thought they showed something on the screen that was obviously bigger than it actually is.
Yeah. Well, they're saying, too, that in the advertising, like if you go into the restaurant, you know how the picture of the food?
Yeah.
They're saying it's bigger in that, too.
Okay.
So, like, what you're seeing, you're like, yeah, I want that. That's not what you're getting. Okay. They're saying up to 35% bigger.
Okay, so first off, like I said, I thought that's what commercials were, but I agree. If you show like a little set of fries next to it, and then you show this behemoth football-sized burger, and then I get the burger and it's half that size, I do understand that could be very misleading. Because like, oh, I thought this was going to be enough for me to eat, and now I'm not even full. Second off, completely unrelated. Why the fuck does it not have cheese on it? Nobody wants a burger without cheese. The Whopper's a piece of shit, and nobody should be buying it. Anyway, back to the story number 3.
Yeah, that is one of our points of contention with the Whopper itself. Is it should just automatically come with cheese.
Stop giving me a burger without cheese, bro. If somebody doesn't want anything and take it off, why would I not want cheese on a burger, bro? Why would I not want cheese on anything, dude? Like, if I go to an ice cream place that has cheese, I'm like, all right, well, I don't want it this time, but maybe next time.
I'll try it. I'll see what you're at.
Yeah, stop.
If you recommend it, I'll try it.
They're like, yeah, this is our famous burger. And I'm like, yeah, it's trash, dude. Nobody wants a Whopper. It doesn't even have anything. It doesn't have like a cool sauce. It doesn't have cheese. It's like, what?
Here's his meat and some vegetables on top with nothing.
It's so boring. I actually don't get it. Like, they literally took a hamburger that you would get at a barbecue and they called it a name.
100%. I get that people don't want cheese.
What percentage of people are lactose intolerant? It's got to be less than 10.
But, yeah, my issue is the amount of people who want cheese is significantly more than the people.
It's 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 people prefer their burger with a burger with cheese on it.
So you're telling me 70% of the time people have to add cheese to the Whopper.
Yeah, now
versus 30% of the time just taking off the cheese.
And I know that cheese is expensive. I know that like the McDouble, right? Like I love the McDouble. I'm borderline obsessed. The McDouble from McDonald's used to be $1, right? And then they had to make it more expensive. They made it like $1.39, and they literally came out and said, "We're going to keep it at $1.39 after it started getting more expensive, but we're taking one piece of cheese on it. It's not going to have 2 anymore." I'm like, okay, I get it. Cheese is expensive, but this is not a sandwich, and
and they're expensive.
I hate that it has a name. It's like, what is it? Is it cool? Does it have a different bun? No, it's a regular bun. It's lettuce, tomato, onion, and a fucking patty. That doesn't even deserve a title, bro. That's like you putting a hot dog bun on a bun and be like,
ketchup and mustard.
This is called the Kevin Lamb, and it's like, no, that's a fucking hot dog.
It's the hot dog tornado. You're right.
No, it's not, dickhead. That's a hot dog from everywhere. Yeah. Researchers say about 48% of Americans are lactose. Lies.
There's no way.
No way that's true. First off, second,
the amount of cheese I'm seeing people consume is wildly Domino's and Pizza Hut would disagree.
All right, first off, let me say this. There's a lot of people. I used to work in restaurants. I would say 35% of my tables are telling me that they have gluten allergies. According to stats, it's less than like 1%. So I would imagine there's a lot of people that go, I'm actually lactose intolerant. And it's like, oh, that's weird because the numbers say
cheese makes me feel weird. No, the fact that you eat 6 pounds of it makes you feel weird.
ice cream fucks my stomach up. No, the fact that you ate the gallon of it is why it fucked your stomach up, right? Like, 48% are lactose intolerant. That's just bullshit. There's no way.
So you're telling me 48% of Americans don't eat pizza?
All right, I'm gonna go beyond that. Let's say that's even hypothetically true. That doesn't stop anybody, bro.
Yeah.
You're saying 50% of Americans aren't eating ice cream or cheeseburgers? That's a bold-faced lie. So I think people that are eating it are just like, yeah, I'm going to deal with the sloppy shit because guess what? I'm going to deal with some bubble guts because I'm having that cheeseburger. Well, guess what? You don't have to. You're going to eat that garbage, dry-ass Whopper burger. And does it have sauce on it? No, it doesn't have anything on it. It's dope. Okay, so let's be on. We've tangented.
Yep. It's getting a little feisty in the chat over lactose intolerance.
I legitimately hate. It's not 70%. That's insane. 7 out of 10 are lactose intolerant. Do you know how many people drink milk?
It's literally like the
Where are you getting
beverage.
these stats from?
Just some guy guessing.
I love you, gamer. Squirrel. Okay, so the actual story was that they were upset that it was 35% smaller than it looked in advertising. I'm going to ask you a question. Is there some real room to haggle on this? Are you okay with the burger looking a little bigger? Do you have a problem? Should it be exactly the size? Is there any room for wiggle on this for you?
I think in a TV advertisement, I don't care.
Right.
I think if I'm in the store and you have a picture of it, unless it's like literally like blown up, like I'm saying where like,
Yeah.
you know, like if you like have fake money and it's like giant,
Right.
like it's obvious that it's giant,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
Like then I have no problem with it. You walk in and it's a poster and the Whopper's this big.
Okay.
I understand
Right.
that it's not that big.
Okay.
But if you're showing it close to true to life, I think you have to show it true to life.
Also, I do think there's some obligation if it's like your fucking staple, even though it's a fucking hamburger. Even if it's your staple, you got to say, this is a quarter pound or a half pound of beef. So at least my brain knows, oh, okay, that's about the size. Because I know what a quarter pound, I know what a half pound burger is. That's a lot of burger. I totally get that. Right, but if they come in and they're like, yo, this is an eighth pound burger, and I look up the screen, it looks like the size of a microwave. It's like, that don't look like an eighth pound burger.
So you know A&W, like the fast food?
Yeah.
They came out with a third pound burger to combat the quarter pounder.
Okay.
Failed miserably because everybody thought it was smaller
Oh, my God, dude.
than the quarter pounder.
The second you said it, I was like, oh, that actually sounds like a pretty good amount of meat. People are so stupid. They thought, oh my God, I hate everybody.
3's smaller than 4. I don't want that.
I got proof, Nick. I'm going to be honest with you, gamer.
If it's true,
even if
it's not true.
I was just about to say that. Even if 70% of people are saying that they're lactose intolerant, 65% of them are bold-faced liars in their whip.
Or they're just still eating cheese and they want it.
Bro, I had 6 bowls of cereal last night. It really fucked up my stomach. I think it's the milk. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it might
And then I went to the gym and ran on the treadmill. I think I'm lactose intolerant.
If I drink milk and then I jump up and down, and it messes with my stomach.
Love the mini corn dogs at A&W. Okay, so my point to this is, like I said, if they're going to tell me what size the burger is, fine. But here's the other thing. This argument a little bit screams of, I'm just trying to sue somebody for money. It doesn't seem like something you would naturally get that upset about. But if the small guy doesn't stand up to the big guy sometimes, right, then these people are just going to go run wild.
Apparently the guy who's suing, the main guy, is a lawyer.
Right. Okay.
And he's not even suing for money.
Okay.
He just wants them to have to change their advertisement.
I'll respect this guy immensely now. I actually respect it. He got the time.
He literally
know-how.
he literally said he's like, you just can't lie.
Yeah. I respect this guy because that's kind of cool. This guy's just like a white knight.
Yeah. All right. Let
In
Burger King
a
know.
white castle. Wow. I'm leaving, folks.
On that note,
I'm out. Okay, so this actually got me and Lamb thinking. Shame on for the people who have lactose intolerant. Okay, so this got me thinking. We knew this has happened before. One of the big examples that I think everybody knows, so we're gonna go to it first, is the Subway.
yeah.
They got slammed twice, and we actually covered both of them, way ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, we're ahead of the curve.
So
you
the
come here for the breaking news.
Right. So the first thing they covered was they were advertising on TV that was a foot-long sub. Turned out it wasn't.
No.
Not even close.
11.
11
At
inches
best.
at best. And they said some of them were closer to like 9.5, 10. So a lot of them weren't even close to a foot long. So they got sued, and I believe that person won that lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
They won that lawsuit, correct?
Yeah. They didn't get a lot of money. They weren't even suing for a lot of money. But I'd be upset too.
It's
Like you roll in and they're just like...
A foot long is not like an expression, right?
Yeah.
It's not like...
It's like a foot long.
It's not even...
About. Yeah. Foot longs in quotations.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that doesn't work that way. The other thing that we covered was that they were... Same thing, Subway was saying that they were having tuna in their tuna, and it wasn't tuna. Now...
All white meat, all like white tuna.
All
meat,
white tuna, yeah, whatever they said. Now... That one's there's a little bit of a discrepancy there because now we actually talked about this when we did the episode. If you guys missed the episode, I just talked about this at length because for no reason whatsoever, I happen to have a lot of expertise in this field because I worked at a place that did this. So what I told Lamb was I worked at a food lab and we legitimately tested stuff similar to this.
So he'd hand it to a guy, he'd lick it.
And
he'd let you know.
This ain't no damn
This
tuna.
ain't no tuna.
I've been licking tuna for a long time.
I'm the tuna licker.
That's right. No, I worked at a food lab. We tested stuff like this, and you were able to go down to kind of like a DNA level and see if it was tuna. The first one that was tested had none, 0, right? So then they do another test in New York, and that comes back with some remnants of tuna, right?
Yeah.
The yellow tail or something, right? And what I explained to Lamb was, if they got a sample and they put it in the machine, in these machines, they do a DNA test and it comes back with like, parts per million, very, very small amounts. My point is, if you're getting that small and you're still, like the first one just misses and the second one grabs it, I'm telling you from what I know that tells me if there is tuna, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
Right? It's
you got some tuna in there.
Right, there might be like sprinkled in, but for the most part, your tuna sub is not tuna. They got sued for that, and I think that's still ongoing.
I think it's settled out of court.
Oh, settled out of court. That's right.
So we don't know what the actual
We don't actually know
results
what the results are, but it was settled out of court. Now, I think a couple that you guys did not hear about that I thought were really interesting. Taco Bell was sued one time. It's so petty, but it's great. A husband and wife went into a Taco Bell because they seen a commercial, and the commercial was $5 chalupa box, right?
I'm interested.
I am interested as well. So they show up, they get 2 $5 chalupa boxes. Before taxes, it came out to $12.19. Now, I'm not great at math, but it seems like that's $2 more than I agreed to pay.
5 plus 5.
That's right.
Is 12.
Perfect. Nailed it. So they sued Burger King and said, yo, your $5 box is $6. This is horse shit. Taco Bell sued, they actually fought this in court. They did not settle this out of court. And they said, well, we are allowed to do that because at the end of every commercial for the $5 chalupa, it says prices may vary. And anybody has heard that at pretty much every commercial.
At participating restaurants.
Right, at participating restaurants, prices may vary. Okay, so, spoiler, this person lost that lawsuit. They lost it. It turns out that the chalupa box is $5.99, and so that technically, I guess, was a little bit of a technicality. They were allowed to say $5. I don't know, but also the prices may vary. Legitimately saved them.
Yeah,
you have a problem with it.
I don't think you should be allowed to put the price in the marketing or in the name.
Yeah.
And then not have it be that.
I agree. If you're going to say, yo,
this is my dollar menu,
right,
and things aren't $1,
it's not fair. If you're going to say this is our new chalupa box, it's $5 at participating stores, that's fine. You can't call it the $5 box and then say, oh, well, at some stores it's not $5. Then it's not a fucking $5 box,
yeah, if I I'm assuming I go to a place, I order the $5 box. Like, yeah, Applebee's has that 2 for $20.
Yeah.
If I roll up, I go, 2 for $20, and it says 2 for $20 all over the menu. It's printed there. Right. And I get that, and then it's $24. I'm going to be like, what the hell?
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think even at that Taco Bell they went to, I bet it even said on that fucking menu $5,
oh,
right?
yeah, because
sure
Taco Bell prints the things, and they show up, and it just says $5 chalupa box.
And somebody in chat's talking about how in other industries you're not able to get away with it. Why should the food? And to be honest with you, they get away with it a lot. Like, if you don't know this, there's all these rules. Like, if you're going to say it's light salt, so the difference between like low salt and like, 50% less salt and low. So all these terms have very strict meaning. So if it's low salt, then it has to be a certain percentage. But
it's based on the original.
Right. It's based on the original. Like, there are all these little games they play, and especially with food, they play it a lot. But the $5 one really bothered me because I don't like the fact that you can advertise that, and then I show up and I'm like, bro, I would literally have a problem, and I'd be yelling at some 16-year-old kid, and I'd be like,
push the button.
Yeah, push the button. I'd be like, bro, this is $12. He'd be like, look, dog, I skateboard after work.
Like, my mom dropped me off. Like,
I play video games. I don't even know how to spell chalupa, dog. Like, I don't know what you're arguing with me for. I'm stoned right now.
He's like, the button says $5.
Yeah, like,
a $5 box on the button that I pushed, and then it came up $6. I don't know what to tell you.
I can't help you. So the other one, we saw two more. Dunkin' Donuts had a steak and egg sandwich. A lady sued them because she showed up, had the sandwich. She got all excited, thinking it was going to be steak, right? Because it was called steak and egg. Turns out it was not. It was just a ground beef patty. Now, we've been working in restaurants a long time, and this is actually a very old game.
Yeah.
This game has been played for a very long time, and if you're somebody that's been to a restaurant, you probably got duped by this before. I've gotten duped by this before.
Yeah, because beef and steak are technically the same thing.
Technically the same thing. But I have gone to a restaurant, and they've said, ground beef, or I'm sorry, an Angus steak. And you're like, oh, that sounds good. And you get it, and it's literally just a hamburger patty.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you.
Like, it was originally Angus steak,
right,
and then we put it in a machine. And
ground
we
it
turned
all
it
up.
Yeah. So it's like, is it still Angus steak?
I'm going to say to you that I don't think it's fair to be called steak unless it's a cut of steak. And I say that, I know that sounds goofy, but if you grounded something up, I don't think it's steak anymore.
There's a reason we have the two words.
Right.
If I go to the store and I say, hey, can you get me beef?
Yeah. I'm not going to come home with a steak.
No.
And if I say go get steak, I'm not going to come home with ground beef, right? Any normal person.
Like if I say to a butcher, a person who works in that industry, hey, what steak would you recommend?
Yeah.
He's not going to offer me like 80-20 ground beef.
No, 100%. So I have a massive issue with that. However, she lost that. She lost that as well in court. They told her that the normal human would understand that that's basically the same thing. I think that's horseshit, but they did end up losing that. We have to be within 10% of the value to even make anything. I mean, right, like I said, I don't know how you feel about this, Shadow, but for me, you call something steak, it turns out to be a ground burger. I don't like that. I don't like that change. I don't like that you can get away with that. I think it's a little grimy. I had a massive problem. I actually feel bad that she lost it. And then Taco Bell had another one, right?
Yeah, apparently they got sued because their beef wasn't all beef.
What was it?
Fillers and
soy or whatever.
Yeah, newspaper clippings. Whatever it is that they're mixing in there, it's delicious.
Whatever they swept off the floor last night. Okay. Did they lose that one?
They won that one.
God damn it. Every single one of them won?
Yeah.
Except for the tuna people.
Well, it depends. Part of it is,
excuse me.
They're suing for, if I'm suing Taco Bell for $500, and we go to small claims court.
Right.
And they roll in with like 6 lawyers.
Yeah, I'm like, dog, I don't know if I can.
They're going to be like, judge, motion.
Yeah.
Like, motion, and you're like,
can we have a continuance?
You're like, I just wanted $20 for chalupas.
Right. So we learned that you cannot sue the big dog.
Not unless you are truly in the right and they have somehow really wronged you, and then public opinion can get swayed on your side. I think is the only way you can win.
Yeah. I mean,
like the 11-inch subs, you're going to lose.
Yeah, and it's like it comes back to McDonald's hot coffee one.
That one is.
It's fishy, but it's a feisty argument, right?
No, it's such a. I feel bad because as a kid, I remember when it happened.
Yeah.
And just thinking this person was absolutely a terrible human being and
because
ridiculous.
McDonald's was so strong that they were able to control the narrative of this court case, and they were able to make everybody like me and you think that this person should go to hell for suing over hot coffee. When the actual story, if you guys don't know the actual story, she was like an 80-year-old lady, and when the coffee fell into her lap, she had so much burn damage on her legs that they had to do skin grafts, and also she was willing to settle for just her medical bills. But McDonald's was like, go fuck yourself, and then she sued them.
And then it came out later that they found out that they were keeping the coffee at such a hot temperature. It was literally unsafe. And that they had done the research that they said it would be cheaper to deal with any issues
than it would
be to have to like swap out the coffee more often.
I don't want to put all my chips in front of, with you guys and saying that I'm like that this lady's right, because essentially I do agree the fact that coffee's hot, it burns you.
Yeah, be careful with things.
In a normal argument, I get that this lady, I understand that. But if she really did just sue because she had to do all these skin grafts and she couldn't pay for it, and she was like, yo, you kind of gave me a faulty lid and it burned the shit out of me and I don't want to have to pay for this coffee, I think there's at least an argument there. But when I was a kid, I was definitely told that this person was an insane person and they should go to hell because they sued over hot coffee. And I think if you go back and look, McDonald's did a really good job of controlling that narrative. So, okay, let's go ahead and move on. Lamb, we got another story here. Well, what are we dropping on him?
There might be a new Olympic sport coming our way.
God damn it. What do we got, baby?
Curling wasn't enough.
Oh, my God.
Apparently, rec league flag football is coming.
NFL is making a push to add flag football to the Olympics. Now, when I saw this headline, my first instinct, I told Lamb, was, are they doing this so that we can, as a culture, get comfortable seeing flag football, and so that the NFL one day will be very, very little contact? You don't think that's the case. I worry that they are trying to introduce us to less contact. You have another explanation, which makes a lot more sense.
To me, football is America's number one sport on television and popularity-wise, year after year. Mm-hmm. In every other country, it is not.
Right. Yeah.
Literally not even Canada.
Yeah, for sure.
They need more people to watch.
Right.
They want to expand the game. Like basketball is huge, baseball is huge in other countries, things like that. They want to expand outside of America and make more money. Mm-hmm. How are they going to do that? No equipment. You need a flag belt and a football. Here's the game. Play it. Get kids involved in it. It's fairly similar to rugby. Countries that are familiar with rugby can get right into it. Things like that. All of a sudden, we got a whole new fan base. They're pumped. They're getting Olympic teams together, like
it's not a sport
for the country.
And if it's played at a flag level, it does eliminate like 60% of the flags that you would throw, all the penalties, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like all of a sudden it's like hitting. Obviously, there's not gonna be a whole lot of hitting. There's not gonna be like face masking. There's gonna be a lot of like penalties that are immediately deleted and make the sport very, very simple. You line up with 3 or 4 buddies, you could play flag football. 5 or 6 buddies, you play flag football. And I think you're right about that. I think that if you could also, one of the things they would do is maybe start throwing the football, or giving footballs and flags out to countries and stuff so kids can at a young age can get involved in this. And I think that would work. I think, like you said, if you see, and this is like anything else, if you see somebody play a sport that you played as a kid and you see them do it at a physical high level with contact, that draws you into that because you just played it with your friend. If you're doing something where you're playing like soccer, and you're like, all we do is kick it, and then you watch this doesn't really intrigue you, you know?
Well, it's also the big, like, always, even growing up for me, I don't know if it was the same for you, my mom was like, you can't play football. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to get hurt, This wasn't an option for me when I was a kid. Okay. We didn't have flag football league. No.
We didn't have I definitely played football all the way up until probably almost high school. So I played football a lot. We played pound ball, right? So 75 pound, then 100 pound, then 125, then unlimited. I played football. My older brother got caught at the bottom of a pile, dislocated his elbow, so kind of a gruesome injury. So I do understand and we did things back then in the day in my football league that,
oh my God,
I look back on and I'm like, why would this a thing? I remember at the end of practice, and I'm sure people tell horror stories all the time. I remember at the end of practice, we used to have to run laps. And our coach would say to us, if you don't want to run laps, we're going to do this drill twice. The drill was they put a ball at like the 50-yard line or something.
We did this drill too.
Right, or in the middle of whatever. And then everybody would stand in a circle equidistant, and then they would blow a whistle, and then everybody in full pads would dive in. Head first. Whoever came out with the ball didn't have to run laps, and they'd run that stupid drill twice. Look, man, I don't think I'm a wimp, but it was really hard for me to get I'll be like, I'll just run some laps, bro. I kind of need to get in shape anyway. I don't want to lose my neck diving into this pile. Also, I'm going to be honest with you, I've been in my fair share of like scrummy piles. It's claustrophobic, dude.
Yeah.
You
got hundreds and hundreds of pounds of weight on top of you.
It's hard to breathe. It's very disorienting. I don't want to sound like a wimp, but I'm telling you, it's not that much fun.
Things get twisted and weird.
Yeah. We also used to do, and I think they have a name for it now. I can't remember what it's called. The Ohio State or the Wisconsin. It'll come to me. Maybe the Nebraska. I don't know. It's where we used to do this as well. We ran this drill at least every week where they would line us up. They would put cones, and the cones would be like 2 feet apart, and then 10 feet away. They'd put cones 2 feet apart, and they'd say, this is your alley. One of you has a ball, one of you doesn't, and they'd blow the whistle, and then you both stand up and you charge at each other, and the person with ball tried to run you over, and the person that was tackling would try to tackle you.
Yeah, we played Bull in the Ring.
Right, it's just like they were so violent. So I understand why they don't want kids doing that, and this is maybe an option. But if this catches on in other countries, it's gonna catch on at the young level, right? And now kids are gonna be playing this sport. So I think that changes.
You play this growing up. Now, where are you gonna look?
Right, for sure.
What are you gonna watch?
Right, what are you gonna watch? You're gonna watch Olympic flag football. So Oklahoma drill. That was way off, dude. I was not. I was in the middle of the country. I knew it was somewhere. Oklahoma.
Nebraska. It's a touch, I think.
It's all somewhere in the middle of nowhere, freaking land. But you got me. Thank you for that, Iron. Sounds like Iron ran a couple Oklahoma drills himself. So we used to run all that dumb shit. I ran plenty of it as a kid, and I'm fine. Right, I drool a little bit, but
I mean, yeah, I have night terrors still to this day, but.
Yeah, so again, like I said, I actually like the idea once you kind of pitched it to me like that.
I actually tore my hamstring in high school in a pile.
Really?
After getting tackled, like afterwards, like just the way it came down, and then everybody's piling on, and then just my hamstring, and it's snap.
I mean, it's violent, bro. It's so dumb. Yeah, like I said, it's a violent way to play a sport. Lamb, do we have any other stories that you want to get to?
I think just your
petty story. Okay, let's go ahead, guys. We're gonna give one more story for you. I'm gonna give you pretty much something we do every week. Petty story of the week. Yeah, I was also one of the larger kids on the team, so you were pushing kids around. You were not the kid I wanted to square up with in the Oklahoma drill. Also, if you were a kid at that pound ball. I'm not super athletic. I can jump. I have great hand-eye coordination. Not that fast. Not that thick. And every time I'd line up for those drills, whoever I got lined up against, I'd always like, that dude's way more athletic than me, bro. Like, that was just, I remember even as a kid, I'd look over and I'd be like, yeah, this kid's going to dog me in whatever we do. So they were always trying to stick my ass somewhere where I didn't have to do much. And at that pound ball, it was quarterback and defensive end. That's what I used to play, both sides of the ball. Quarterback, I threw the ball twice a game.
It was great.
It was awesome. And every time I threw it, somebody was wide open because nobody was ever covering the wide receiver. So it was a really great position to play for like 4 or 5 years. I remember, that's a side tangent, I remember playing defensive end. I remember never forget, I didn't have any form. First game, lined up. I got blocked back like 15 yards off the ball, right? The guy just like took my pads and just took me back, right? So I'm like at midfield and they're at like the 25. So like whistle blows and everybody comes back to the huddle and I'm on defense. Like I'm running back. I don't think anything of it. Don't care. Whatever. I'm a little embarrassed, whatever. Never forget. Next week we come in, we're done, and coach always had like 45 minutes of film before we started practice. First thing on the film that day, they collect it. They're like, all right, we made some mistakes last week. We're gonna go over the mistakes. Regano, you're starting this off. And there's a video of me just getting blasted back 40 yards.
You guys were watching film?
Yeah, dude. He used to show us so he'd come in, right? We would do this at this busted ass like parking lot / field. And he would bring there was like a little, I guess it was like a school or something. He'd like a little room, and he would come in and he'd always have 45 minutes, but it was like 25 minutes of like a couple clips, and he would show, and I guess one of the parents had like filmed it. It was like on VHS, and he would just fast forward and just watch certain plays, bro. So he'd be like, at the 25-7 mark, we're going to show this. And he'd just pause it, and then there I was. I'll never forget because it was the first fucking thing we did that day, bro. I'm like all stoked to be at football practice, and we get there, and then there's me just getting blasted off the line for 25 yards back. Anyway, so petty story of the week. Petty story of the week. This story, a little bit heavy, but I think it's great. So there is a college student, a girl. And she was getting bullied. I played tight end and D tackle. Yeah, so yeah, you were the bigums in that squad, but they put the tight end, the D tackle. You had to be a big boy to be in the D tackle. So there was a college girl, and she was getting bullied by a bunch of guys. And I believe she had sent naked pictures.
No, they.
Oh, they. Oh, I thought it were her pictures. They were spamming her. No. Okay. So they were bullying her by sending this girl not suitable for work pictures, sexually graphic pictures, and messages, right? They were essentially bullying her through like all sorts of really fucked up shit they were sending this girl. In college, she had enough of it.
Apparently reported it to the school.
Didn't do anything about it. Didn't do anything about it. I don't know, what'd you say? It was like 4 kids? 4 guys?
3.
3 kids, 3 guys, 3 college guys. So she had enough of it, and she decided to screenshot all of the messages that they had sent she went and found each one of these guys' mothers, and she sent the mothers all the messages that she had received from the guys. So I cannot even imagine the lashing that some of these guys got. Now, it's not petty for me at all. I think it's unbelievably awesome. This girl
is more like what should be done in these situations.
Ruthless with 100 biddies.
200 of the
200 biddies.
Oh, and more biddies.
We need to set up
45 biddies.
245 biddies. Thank you, Ruthless, for that.
We have these. And you know how sound is these days.
Yeah, we have the sound setups and nothing's coming up. So we're going to have to check out that. Thank you so much, Ruthless. Thank you for the support, girl. I appreciate you being here. I hope you find excitement from this badass chick who decided that she was going to go after these guys. Lamb, any other details that I ever forgot to tell in this story?
Apparently, she posted this to Reddit asking if this was, I guess there's a Reddit forum, Am I an Asshole?
Am I the Asshole? We're actually going to tell a lot of stories from Am I the Asshole. There's a lot of good stuff there.
And no, you're not. These men are literally sexually harassing you.
Yeah, for sure.
What they're doing is illegal.
Yeah, 100%. They said that the mothers were horrified and shocked by what I sent them, explaining that what was going on their side. So, I think we covered most of it. But I just thought, man, somebody got slapped in the face, bro. Somebody got really hit. Okay. Anyway, I thought the story was great. My mama would have kicked my ass and buried it in the woods somewhere. It's facts, dude. Honestly, my mom would have been so pissed, bro. She'd been more than pissed. Yeah. But shout out to this girl. Thought it was great that she took a shit on somebody in a really funny way.
In a great way. Like, would you like? It's one of those things. Like when they say, like, "Oh, you talk to your mom like that?" Like, no, like no,
bro.
Like, and then now your mom knows you.
I'm saying, like, if you do something that like pisses your mom off, right? Like you could be in the doghouse for weeks, right? Mm-hmm. This is like an example of something like your mom
is going to look at you different for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life is going to be on your ass at a level that she hadn't been in years, probably. Yeah. She is gonna be on you, and she can be disappointed at a level that whether you care at college or not, you're gonna care.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, damn, bro, I let my family down. You know what I mean? I embarrassed the family name, you know? Good for her. I applaud her too, babe. We're gonna give her a round of applause because I thought it was fucking dope, dude. I don't know. Me and Lamb really like that. Nope, not the fart. Not the fart. Just the cheers.
Farts for the guys.
Farts for the guys. Cheers for the girl. All right, guys. With that said, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. We went an hour and a half today, a little bit longer than we like to go, but there were some really good stories and some fun games, and me and Lamb like to kind of keep it at a pace that's casual. We don't always want to just blast through every single story, and we like to give you guys a little bit of time to kind of enjoy the story. So, thank you guys, everybody that was tuning in today. Really, really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, man. We had a really great day. I honestly had a really nice time talking with you guys. Always love the participation from you guys in the crowd. I love when you guys throw stuff in. I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm gonna say it at the end of every episode. If you guys have any stories that you see alien related, weird, funny, quirky, that you think would fit on the show, please feel free to send it to me or Lamb's Instagram, Discord. Send it to me privately because I'd rather it not be posted somewhere where everybody can get all their talking about it done before the show. But I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, if there's anything about the show that you guys love, anything about the show that you guys would like to see more of, things like that, you feel free to let me know. Other than that, man, thank you guys for being here, man. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. And, I will be back on tomorrow, but me and Lamb are going to raid out of here and give somebody a nice raid. Who you thinking, Lamb? Did anybody jump out at you?
I don't know why the lasagna got wild.
I don't know what that means. What does that even mean?
I don't know. Is there a way to see more about him?
You can click on his name, yeah. Click on his name.
Better at it than I thought I would be, with no experience. Because I was paying all these other people to do it, and I'm like, wait. Oh, fuck, I'm wearing my headphones.
There's a mute button somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Fuck, sorry. I was
paying all these people to do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and rate him.
All right.
I drink coffee and give advice between sips. There you go.
All right.
Twitch tips. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and raid Mr. Twitch, Mr. Rory. Hi, Rory. He is doing Twitch tips, so he's giving little tip-a-roonies about Twitch. I hope this is something that actually turns out to be awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out today. As always, man, we will be back next Thursday. You got a space between that, right?
I can never remember.
Yeah, it's weird. I agree. It is weird. I agree. There you go, guys. We are going to raid out of here. If you guys have a second, run up in there and maybe just blast some snugs on him. Thank you, guys. Damn, I made it at the end. That's all right, Ramy. Can you at least ride out with this raid for us, buddy? Can you just spam here for a second?
Ride hard.
Ride hard, baby. Thank you, guys. We'll be back next Thursday. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for always tuning in and the participation. Snug Stories out. Later, guys. See you guys next Thursday.